Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Lost. This is the second episode of the second season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. So last episode, yes, we finally found out that somebody is actually living inside of the hatch, and it is somebody called Desmond. And I didn't even mention it in the last episode, but it looks like it's Marcus Kane, yes, from the 100. So if you have followed the channel obviously onto that series, literally it was the last long series he posted just before Lost, you know, it looks like Marcus has left that one and joined season 2 of this one. Very interesting. So interested to see more of Desmond. The craziness is he actually met Jack previously before being on the island. Both of them was running up and down some stairs inside of a stadium before Jack kind of hurt his leg. He was sat on the stairs, he had a conversation with each other, kind of told Jack to keep his leg up. That's what he was saying, if he could give him some advice. He was saying that he wanted to be a doctor himself at one time, but he never actually fully made it, where Jack obviously actually has. The reason why Jack was running is because he was actually doing the operation on Sarah. Yes, his future wife that we actually seen. And at the time, obviously, she crashed. She'd come into surgery and, you know, it was believed that she would never actually walk ever again. Basically, be paralysed from the waist down. And Jack thought that he failed the procedure after promising her that he would fix her. Now, the interesting thing is she come in there with her fiance and it looked like he kind of left her because of the condition that she was possibly going to be in. So that's kind of sad as well. But then it seemed like it worked out with Jack because they ended up getting into a relationship and getting married themselves. But then later on in the series, well, in last season, we kind of seen him having a conversation with the airport with Michelle Rodriguez's character, where he ended up saying that he wasn't married because he didn't have a ring on his finger. So I'm not too sure how their timeline goes, but that was very interesting. Like I said, it excited me seeing him going down the hatch, and obviously Kate was taken by Desmond, it looked like, and he also pulled a gun on Locke as well. And that was kind of how the episode ended. It was Jack pointing a gun at Desmond, Desmond pointing a gun at Locke, and then it finished. Nothing with Sawyer, nothing with Michael, nothing with Jin, obviously being in the middle of the ocean. And then we didn't really see anything with Walt being taken by the others. We've seen Shannon kind of seeing a visual of him that was inside of the trees, which was decent. I'm liking that, hoping Shannon gets a bit more to play. And yeah, I'm just really excited to see how the season starts and progresses forward, to be honest. I think it's another long one. Is it 24 episodes? Got ages to go. It was a good introduction to a start, and I'm glad that we kind of just addressed straight away what was inside the hatch. Hopefully there's more to come, and hopefully there's more new characters to come. So thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode. Yes, we're starting here. I like how I was calling him Mike. Oh, that was a good transition. That was kind of mad transition over from them to this. He's kind of gone from that to the past. Yes, Sawyer.
Did you hurt your leg?
Got hit by a car.
It seems that Susan wants you to relinquish your rights, Walt's father, so that Mr. Porter can adopt him. Listen, if you sign this document legally, he'll be no different than any other kid you pass in the street. Well, I guess we could file an injunction so she couldn't leave the city. It's gonna take money, a lot of it, even at my rates. This is David and Goliath, so I gotta ask you sure you want to do this?
They're not taking my son away.
I've always liked how you really wanted to be there in his life.
He can hear me. He knows that I'm alive, that I'm coming for him, that I'm going to get him back.
Do you know what, before we go further into that, I've always liked how Michael wanted to be in his life. You know, the episode where she actually wanted him to relinquish his rights, it annoyed me. That was one of the most disliked episodes of last season, in my opinion, just because of how much I could see he physically wanted to be there. But like, he just said he walked into that place and the guy was like, look mate, the fact that you walked through my door shows that you ain't got a lot of money, mate, and to fight this you're gonna need a lot of it. And basically it's just because he's not in a position that he's wealthy and all that stuff. Like, he had to lose his kid, he had to let him go away, he had to not be in his life and relinquish the rights, you know what I'm saying? And it's like so sad and disappointing. And I understand where he's coming from. You know, he's lost him once already, and he's only just got him back, and then he's lost him again at no fault of his own again. Do you know what I mean? Both times been taken, technically different circumstances, but both been taken away from him. And if the only comfort that he's going to get is knowing that he could shout Walt and he can hear him, knowing his dad's not give up on him, then you'll take it. I'll let him, you know, Sawyer should just let him get it out there, because I mean, I would be so excited actually to watch Michael be so determined to come after these others and retrieve him. I think that's potentially a really good storyline. Oh, he just made it down there all fine. Jack had to have stuff on his hands. Oh, it was his shoes that was taken off. I can hear a female.
Easy, easy, easy.
Behind you.
Are you him?
Him who? You know what I mean?
Dad! It's still out there in the water, so if it's okay by you, I'm gonna keep shouting.
They found us, took Walt, because you made me fire the flare.
Yeah, imagine that's like a shark. Oh, that's scary. It's dark as well. What's that? Oh. Mate, there's no way that is a shark there. I've just literally just seen it. And Jin's in the water as well. Nah, I'm not having it. My ass would be falling out. I think I'd just shoot myself in the head, to be honest. Like, but yeah, it is not Sawyer's fault that they've come over and taken Walt. Your whole sole purpose was to get out there and get seen by somebody. What were the odds that the people that you finally made in contact with the radar was the people that you've sold rumours about? You know what I mean? You've heard them, but you've never seen them, and they come over and take your son. It was just totally unlucky. It was.
See, you managed to hold on to your best friend there.
Bullets are dry, powder's dry.
That's so lucky from you, Sawyer. What was you playing at then?
It's only a shark.
It's only a shark.
That's supposed to make you feel better?
Are they splitting rafts?
Let's talk about Walt. Shall we, Mr. Dawson? When was the last time you actually saw your son?
About a year ago.
I didn't want him to go.
Please don't talk.
You said there was nothing I could do.
And you didn't do anything, did
He's
you?
not going to answer that question.
That's because there is no answer. You were in an accident recently. Spent weeks in a private hospital room, extensive rehabilitation.
I didn't ask you for anything.
Could the record reflect that Mr. Dawson acknowledged that Miss Lloyd paid his bill? Do you know what Walt's first words were, Mr. Dawson?
I wasn't there.
For someone who wants to retain his paternal rights so badly, you don't seem to know much about your son, Mr. Dawson.
Oh, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I actually can't. It really annoys me. Again, it's his fault that he's not in his kid's life. I sound like such a moan. I feel like I just sitting there moaning, but that's just literally what it is. Like, they're trying to play it off that he's a shocking dad and he don't know his kid's first thing and he don't know what he like. Mate, the guy can't even physically see his kid. He lives in another country that he can't afford to go to. He was taken by not his choice and he can't ever get there to see him. And when he does, she's like, don't call, don't come. She even said that. I'm sure he said he got ran over, right? Because he was on a phone call and he's like, can I speak to Walt? And she was like, no. Don't want you to come, don't want you to speak to him or something like that. And he's like, mate, you're not taking my kid. I want to come see him. And they put the phone down and walked and got hit in the street. And then, you know, he woke up in a hospital bed or whatever with bills paid by probably her because she felt guilty. It's his fault, apparently. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't express how much it stresses me out because it just annoys me so much, man.
Hey, are you crazy? You're gonna take a bullet out with your bare hands.
Yo, Sawyer's got his legs in the water, man. The guy's like crazy. I'll be definitely having them up.
Do it by yourself.
Thought we parted ways, Mike.
We're caught in the same current.
Yo, that looks nasty, that. He done it, though. He got it out.
You got a Band-Aid.
I got a tiny violin. That's what I'd be saying.
You're finally here.
Here I am. She's with me.
What did one snowman say to the other snowman?
It's chilly in
What are you
here.
talking about?
Get rid of the knife.
We didn't come here to hurt you.
Then why did you come?
We were in a plane crash.
He's trying to figure out stuff that's been going on, but Jack probably comes down here at the wrong time as well. There's too much going on for him.
How long have you been down here?
Shut it.
All right, then, Boxman, tie her up.
Doing what's best for all of us.
Yeah, he's probably best to fight him over Kate.
What do you suppose all that's about?
I reckon Jack's gonna do something heroic.
You always try to be funny when you don't want to answer a question. What's this?
Found it in the jungle.
Didn't realize you were so religious.
I'm not. It's just might come in handy.
He's not cracked it open and took the actual heroin, so, you know, it's a positive so far.
Got a good look at their boat. Know anything about boats, Mike? Boat like that wasn't built for the open ocean. Water's coming over the side, first little squall. Boat like that had to left port from somewhere close, like the island. Bluebeard blew us up because they wanted your kid.
You saying this is my fault? They took my son because of you. They were sailing away.
They found us because they were looking for us.
Are we supposed to just think Jin's dead? What's happened to him, honestly?
I know.
Shut up. You have no idea what it's like to care for somebody else.
Oh, we're going to get a bit of Sawyer, or is it going back to him?
I think you're gonna win. In court, I think you're gonna keep me from leaving the country with Walt. In Rome, I'll be a senior partner at the firm. I'll be able to give Walt anything he needs. You need to get healthy. You need to get back on your feet financially so that you can get back to pursuing your art.
Walt is my responsibility, too.
Then let him go. Let him go.
See what I mean, right? So she's just let him come in here, said, I think I'm going to lose, and then said, sign this or I'll win. That's basically what that conversation has just happened there. There we go. Wonder what's in there. Spin round, Kate. Oh, it's got food. For ages. Yo, you would open some and eat it, wouldn't you? I would anyway. Make the most of it while I can. Mate, I'd eat about 8 before I'd left. Wonder how long he's been down there. That's what I'd like to know. It did look like they marked the walls.
Could you tell me your name?
My name's Desmond.
Desmond, I'm John.
How many of you are there?
43, but 4 sailed out this morning on a raft.
How many of your group have gotten sick?
None yet.
Sick?
Literally.
As in ill, as in dead?
Is that why it says quarantine on the inside of the hatch?
Answer the question.
No one has. No one.
They've been there for ages, haven't they? And they've not been sick.
Get up. Type in exactly what I tell you. Understand exactly, nothing else. 4, 8, 15, right, 16, 23, 2.
Oh, right. It's Hurley's numbers. Bomb on the island. Basically, it's resetting it.
What the hell is that?
That would be Jack.
Oh, okay, so he's just done the numbers there that was on the side of the, you know, on the side of the pod thing. And then obviously the time is reset. It kind of makes you think that maybe it was like a rocket or something. You know what I mean? And basically, like, it's going to launch in 2 minutes. And then he's pressed it and it's like reset the timer. Do you know what I'm saying? Still need to know how Desmond has got from basically being next to Jack on that running field, isn't it, to being in this bunker. Now, like, he's asked how many people have been sick. Well, none have. You know, how long have they been on this island now? It's definitely been a few months, maybe. Well, I don't know, actually, has it? Because Claire was pregnant. Could be 2 months or something like that, maybe 3. But none of them have been sick. But Danielle, you know, after when she was first contacted with Saeed, she was asking him, you know, how many have been sick. You know, she told him that her people, it took over them and they started to go insane and she had to kill them. Do you know what I mean? She said that. And then that's the first question that he's asked these as well. Do you know how many of your 43 people have been sick or whatnot? And it's like, well, none, actually. We've had a few set sail, but we're all okay. The only one that we've technically seen is the girl go out for a swim and die. We've seen the guy die that Ethan come to get, and then obviously Boone as well in the crash. Apart from that, you know, everybody's kind of been sweet.
His name is Jack. He's our doctor. I wouldn't do that, Jack.
Where's Kate? What the hell's you... Move, and I kill him.
Put down.
I'm not putting down anything.
Oh, that would have been the worst shot, that, wouldn't it?
Put it down, or I'll blow his damned head off, brother!
You.
Oh, it's the second time we've had that, and we've not gone past that segment.
You're putting a strain on the vines. It's going to break us up.
I'm going for the pontoon.
Shoot, Michael. Oh. That's it.
Sawyer!
Give me your hand.
Defo saved his life there. That was Defo coming for him. Interesting.
Hey, I'm sorry I'm late. Packing's been a disaster and the plane leaves first thing in the morning.
Hey, this is for you, man.
Hey, little man. I guess I can't call you that, because look how big you are. I know your mommy, she's gonna take real good care of you. and Brian is. But you know what? I just want you to know, no matter where you go, that your daddy, your daddy, he loves you very, very much. Let him know it's from me sometime, okay?
Goodbye, Michael.
How long are these going to have to drift until they get back to the island? Surely it's going to be so long, man.
You all right, Mike?
I never should have brought him on the raft.
Yo, this is nobody's fault, honestly. It's just such bad luck.
I'm gonna get back my son.
Oh, there's the island. Where's Jin? Where is it? There's nothing's been said about him. It's like he's not even been a character.
Jen!
Others. There we go. Oh, there's loads. You love to see it. I hate that the episode's ended, but you love to see it get in there. Also, I've got to say is, I don't like moaning about the Michael backstory. I'll just throw it out there every now and again when he gets one, but I absolutely hate his backstory and everything that it involves in him and Walt. I absolutely hate it. And I had my moan at the start, and then I literally just ignored all the scenes that they had throughout the whole episode. You know what I mean? Like, from then onwards, I just felt like I didn't want to just moan and moan and moan. So, you know, you do a conclusion of it. I proper hate it. I hate everything about it. That woman acts like she's loving it. She's loving Walt, and it's great and all, but she's taking the kid away. And, you know what I mean? She's one of them people that, like, I don't know how to explain it. I just don't like it, and I'm glad that obviously, you know, he ended up getting Walt back in real life. Obviously, then they've lost each other on the island again, and he's determined to get him back. That's what we like to see, Michael. You know, I have to say, the way I said it the first time, and I'll say it again this time, I'm disappointed that you actually gave in. And, you know, she come to you and said, mate, I think you're going to win in court, but I've got this good opportunity and I'm giving Walt a good life, and you haven't really got a job and you're losing your apartment and you're not really in a good stable state, so he's probably better with me. You know, technically that's fine, but signing over your rights to your child, that's totally different, and I'm disappointed that he done that, you know. I actually am. But in terms of the context, you know, I'm glad that he's committed to getting Walt back. And I'm going to focus on this part of the story because this is what I like about it. I've always enjoyed the fact he wanted to be in Walt's life. There's many kids in the world that have parents that don't want nothing to do with them, and he's always wanted to be there. And that makes me happy. And again, yeah, Walt's been taken, but he wants to fight for him again. And again, that makes me happy. And I want these three to be a good little trio throughout the whole of this season. I don't want them to reunite with the camp yet, you know. I want it to be like half a season in where they get taken and they're fighting and scrapping and one escapes and they run back and they like, basically like Jin escapes and he's running back. He's like, others. Everyone's like, what's going on? You got son trying to come over and you got to like trying to translate it and pass it over while he's panicking and do you know what I mean? Like, it's good stuff. And then everybody be looking to Shannon and be like, Shannon wasn't chatting. And she's like, see what I mean, mate? Do you know what I mean? Because she did see what last episode. So I'm happy that all of them are alive. Jim wasn't literally in the whole episode. I was like, what's happened to him? Has he died? Has the shark get him? Has the others took him? What is going on? But no, he was on the island. He managed to run away a little bit. They've all kind of reunited together, and now the others are coming. And it looks like different ones to the ones that was here last time. And like Sawyer said, from his good observation, you know, do you know anything about boats? Well, you know, that wasn't a sea boat. It's made for short passages or something, and it wasn't meant to travel really far. The water was overflowing from the sides. That means that it's left from a port close by, and the only one that I can think of would be on the island, so Walt's still there. So I'm hoping that they actually try and fight these and go looking for him. It's going to be really good. And that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So we had more of the story with Desmond and obviously what's happened kind of inside of the bunker. I thought it was really interesting, the kind of transitions, to be honest, going from like a new kind of scene and story of Michael and obviously them in the ocean, because that's brand new and fresh to us. Like, we didn't know what's happened, the aftermath, and then we cut back to like prior to the finale of the last episode, do you know what I mean? And then we went like earlier on to Lot going down and how he ended up getting taken. But, you know, looking deep inside of that bunker, there's loads of food, literally loads, you know. He seems to have been there for time as well. There's loads of markings on the wall. I'm assuming that he's basically been marking his days, how long he's been locked there. And, you know, I feel like he's in there, obviously, in the quarantine zone, because they feel like whoever's up on the surface is, you know, basically is going to get consumed by, I don't know what you would call it, the virus, the mist, the island, you know. Everyone starts losing their mind, being sick, but literally none of these who have crashed in the plane yet, any of them have become sick. So very interesting that obviously he's concerned that Danielle was, but nobody's actually had any side effects. Again, obviously we've seen it play out how Kate wasn't there when Jack first come down, and you know, how the music that Desmond was playing actually interrupted her actually shouting to Jack, "I'm up here." Pretty decent, to be honest, how it all played a factor. Now again, we didn't really see any confrontation between Desmond and Jack, and I've got to say that's disappointing, because we ended this episode exactly how we ended last episode inside of the bunker. You know what I mean? I'm going to call it a bunker, but it's a hatch or whatever's, but like, basically, we ended last episode, Jack, it was you, finished. To this episode, it was you, it finished. It's like, what? Like, what's going on there? Why are we ending 2 episodes like that? And we got no aftermath. We literally got someone's in the bunker, gun to them. This episode, we got the exact same thing, but probably 5 more minutes of added extras that we didn't get last. So that's disappointing. I've got to say, it is disappointing. I would say the first episode was better than the second, because the second episode was full of the first episode, if that makes sense. So that it's a kind of a bit of a letdown. But I have to say that I really enjoyed the Sawyer and Michael basically bonding sesh all episode, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Interesting that there was a shark in the ocean and it went to eat Sawyer. Michael saved him by shooting him with the gun, but also Sawyer whipped out the bullet out of his own arm, which would have been painful and looked pretty decent. We also had Sawyer calling Michael Mike like 10 times, and I'm pretty sure nobody ever called him Mike last season, so that made me laugh. It's just like a new nickname that we started throwing in now, Mike. And then I'm happy that Jin's obviously here. To be honest, you know, as I was saying that I'm disappointed with the Desmond thing, going into next episode, I would rather, and you know, it's kind of going against what I was just saying, I would rather next episode have another Sawyer, Michael and Jin episode with the others than see what's going on with Desmond, because, you know, I feel like with them, I kind of got an established story and I'm pretty excited to see what's going on and obviously why they're attacking him and where they're going to take them and how many more there are to, you know, so I'm more interested in that than to why does he have to input the numbers onto the computer and change the ticking timer? Do you know what I mean? Like, I really do want to know that as well. But I feel like I would rather, you know, see this one a little bit. But the best play would be to go to Desmond, play that out, because that would be 3 episode drag, and sometimes drag's too long, and then move back in and obviously see what's going on with these. And basically everybody in the cave, so Sun, Claire, you know, Charlie, Hurley, pretty much been redundant this, well, some 2 episodes in. Not really seen any of them though, that's what I'm trying to say. They still got their own storylines to be implemented in, and Shannon as well, so interesting approach to the start of the season. Like the first episode, I thought it was great. This one was decent. Couple of aspects, obviously, with the Michael storyline that stressed me out. It always will do. Probably will every time it comes on. So do apologise if you know, watch the channel and say, oh, this guy again. It's just something that hits me. You know what I mean? It just gets me in the feels, and you react to it the way, obviously, you do. It's not going to change going into it. But again, good solid start. Loving the show, to be honest. I actually really am. Like, the fact is, you know, it could be played out differently, but at the end of the day, it's keeping me engaged and guessing and questioning and interested, and that's all I can ever ask for. So thanks for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it. If you did, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.